Maya stood at her kitchen window, watching the leaves fall, feeling the storm of emotions inside her growing stronger.
To the outside world, her life seemed perfect: a loving husband, to children, and a beautiful home.
But inside, she felt trapped in a marriage that had grown cold and distant, leaving her aching with loneliness.
Then Seima, her husband's younger brother, unexpectedly awakened something within her. He made her feel seen, alive, and wanted again.
What started as a spark of connection soon became something neither of them could resist, and Maya was pulled into a dangerous, forbidden love that threatened to unravel everything she had built. Little did she know, this secret would change everything. From the outside, Maya's life appeared to be one of contentment. She would smile at her neighbors, wave to her children as they left for school, and prepare dinner for her husband every evening.
Yet inside, she was crumbling. The warmth she once felt for Imran had long faded. He was a good man, at least. He used to be. But his constant work and growing detachment left Maya feeling invisible, like a ghost in her own home.
Maya felt the weight of silence in her home, where laughter and warmth had faded into cold distance. Imran came home late, too exhausted to notice her, leaving her aching for the intimacy they once shared.
As loneliness wrapped around her, Seima, Imran's younger brother, became a light in her life. His vibrant energy filled the void.
He complimented her cooking, teased her playfully, and made her laugh like she hadn't in years. In those stolen moments, Maya felt seen and alive again, igniting a dangerous connection that threatened to unravel everything she held dear.
At first, it seemed innocent. Seima was family, and Maya found comfort in his presence.
But soon, she eagerly awaited his visits, her heart racing at the sight of him. Their conversations grew deeper, filled with shared frustrations and unspoken desires.
Late-night texts turned into secret meetings, where Maya felt truly seen and alive again, something she hadn't felt in years. Guilt gnawed at her, but she couldn't let go of the connection. As their bond deepened, Maya knew they were crossing a dangerous line, one that could destroy everything in their lives.
The night it all began, the tension between Maya and Seima felt almost unbearable. Their air thick with a silent electricity they both knew was leading to something inevitable. Imran was away on business, and Seima had come over to help with a few repairs, but after the kids went to bed, they found themselves sitting together, laughing and talking as if the world around them had disappeared. Without warning, Seima reached out and touched her hand, and Maya froze, her heart pounding as they locked eyes, fully aware of the weight of what was about to happen.
In one swift moment, Seima leaned in and kissed her, and despite knowing it was wrong, Maya couldn't resist.
The loneliness she had been drowning in for years, the longing for connection and intimacy, came pouring out, and she kissed him back. From that night, their affair began secret meetings filled with stolen moments of passion that made Maya feel alive.
As their affair continued, it became harder and harder to keep it hidden.
Imran, once oblivious to Maya's growing distance, began to notice small changes. She was more distracted, more secretive, and he often caught her staring off into space, lost in thought. He confronted her once, asking if something was wrong, but Maya brushed him off with a forced smile.
She couldn't bear to tell him the truth. The tension in Maya's home was suffocating. Even the children could feel the shift. The once happy, lively house was now filled with silence.
Maya was torn between two lives: dutiful wife and mother by day, Samir's secret lover by night. Guilt consumed her, but the pull towards Seima was irresistible.
One evening, while Imran worked late, Maya and Seima met at a secluded park, clinging to each other as if the world was falling apart. "I can't do this anymore," Maya cried, her heart breaking.
"I can't keep lying." Seima held her tightly, his own heart heavy. "We'll figure it out," he whispered, though neither of them knew how. The night everything fell apart started like any other. Imran had gone to a work event, and Maya, unable to resist, had invited Seima over, but fate had other plans.
Imran returned home early, his mood light until he walked through the door and found them together.
In that moment, the world seemed to stop. Imran's face twisted with a mix of shock, betrayal, and rage as he stared at his wife and brother. "What the hell is going on?" he demanded, his voice shaking with fury.
Maya's heart pounded in her chest as she stood frozen, unable to speak.
Seima stepped forward, trying to explain, but it was too late.
Imran lunged at him, fists flying in a blur of anger and pain. The two men grappled, their shouts filling the house as Maya screamed for them to stop.
In the chaos, Seymour grabbed a nearby kitchen knife, trying to defend himself.
But in the heat of the moment, the moments after were a blur.
Maya collapsed beside Imran, desperately trying to stop the blood with trembling hands, pleading, "Please, Imran."
But it was too late. His eyes were lifeless, and her world shattered. Behind her, Seymour stood in shock, the knife still in his hand. Without a word, he turned and fled, leaving Maya alone in the wreckage of their lives. The once happy home was now a scene of tragedy.
Imran was gone, Seymour arrested, and Maya was left to bear the weight of her choices.
The affair that once made her feel alive had destroyed her family. Guilt consumed her, as she was left with nothing but the haunting memory of a love that had torn her world apart.